For over 3 decades, Pixar Studios has been enchanting audiences with its captivating stories, lovable characters, and stunning animations. From Toy Story to Inside Out, Pixar films have not only delighted viewers of all ages, but also raked in billions at the box office. But behind these iconic films are visionary directors who bring their unique vision and creative genius to the table. In this video, we count down the top 10 most profitable Pixar directors. Number 10, Brenda Chapman. Kicking off our list is Brenda Chapman, the first female director of an animated feature film for a major Hollywood studio. Chapman's works at Pixar Studios shows how deserving of the accolade she is. Having previously worked at Disney and DreamWorks Animation Studios, Brenda joined Pixar to sprinkle her touch of creativity and genuineness into the film Brave. There are many firsts for Chapman. Besides being the first female director, her work Brave features the first female Pixar protagonist, a fiery Scottish archer princess named Merida. According to Chapman, the plot was inspired by her relationship with her daughter. Having such a connection to the movie made Chapman devoted to the creation and direction of the movie. But midway through production, the studio took the reins from her and handed them to Mark Andrews. Nevertheless, Brave still managed to conquer the box office, grossing $539 million and won over audiences worldwide. Number 9, Mark Andrews. Hot on her heels is her co-director, Mark Andrews, the one who brought Brave to life with his exceptional direction. Before Brave, Andrews had worked on the Academy Award-winning feature films Incredibles and Ratatouille as the head of story. He also co-wrote and co-directed the Academy Award-nominated short film One Man Band. This robust resume is what probably led to Pixar's management decision to hand over the reins of Brave's production to him. And boy did he deliver. Described as a force of nature by his fellow filmmakers, Andrews perfectly steered Brave to a green pasture of commercial success. The film was a hit, raising Pixar's profitability. Number 8, Brian Fee. Next up we have Brian Fee, the mastermind behind Cars 3. Who would have thought that the third installment of the Cars franchise would be like a perfectly timed pit stop, refueling the series with a fresh tank of excitement. Although not as successful as its predecessors, Cars 3 still performed well at the box office, at $383 million, contributing to the overall profitability of Pixar. And let's give it up for Brian Fee, the brain behind the operation. Fee has worked on a number of Pixar films before going on to make his directorial debut on Cars 3. Number 7, Dan Scanlon. Similar to Fee, Dan Scanlon made his directorial debut at Pixar with the Monsters, Inc. prequel, Monsters University. Scanlon, who joined Pixar in 2001 during the production of Monsters, Inc., got to know the world of monsters first as a fan before ever working in the world of monsters. Scanlon's debut was a success, a funny and entertaining romp through college life. Monster style. Critics roared with approval, and audiences devoured it like a tasty treat. The result was a box office smash at $743 million that contributed to Pixar's overall success. With it, the studio once again proved that they've got everything when it comes to creating successful sequels. Number 6, Brad Lewis. Another individual behind some of the beloved films from Pixar Studios, Brad Lewis, is one with lots of enthusiasm and energy. He is the producer of Ratatouille, who made the movie more than just about a rat, and a winner of an Academy Award. Not only that, the movie was released to critical acclaim and box office success, grossing over $624 million worldwide. He is also a co-director of Cars 2. Although the movie was not received well, it managed to gain some success at the box office at $559 million, making it one of many Pixar successful sequels. The total profitability of his work is over $1 billion. Number 5, John Lasseter. Now we're getting to the most profitable directors at Pixar. No offense to the previous ones. As one of the founding fathers of Pixar, a lot of the studio's success is owed to John Lasseter. Even though his career has been surrounded with controversy, he still has an impressive resume as a director that includes entries in 2 of the company's most successful franchises, Toy Story and Toy Story 2, grossing $3.787 billion in total. Number 4, Andrew Stanton. In the animation community, there are few films on the Pixar roster that have been as acclaimed as WALL-E. A lot of credit should go to Andrew Stanton, whose take on sci-fi helped expand the studio's techniques into new and exciting territories. I mean, who else could make a word-free opening and an environmentally friendly message captivating for a studio that thrives on message movies? Still, Stanton's other works like Finding Nemo show a sign of creativity and humor, which are basically the secret ingredients in Pixar's magic sauce. Even the sequel Finding Dory, which is a far cry from his best work, still has enough heart and subtext to make it a delightful watch. All of his works added together grossed $2.435.5 billion. Number 3, Lee Unkrich. Although Lee Unkrich's resume in comparison to other heavyweights may be small, he seems to have a Midas touch every time he directs a movie, and that's enough to earn him a spot at the top of this list. Not only did he help direct 2 entries in the studio's most successful franchises, including the tear-jerking Toy Story 3, which remains the only Pixar sequel to win an Oscar for Best Animated Film, but he's also the king of creating characters that are so lovable and iconic that they spawn their own sequels. His directorial work on both Coco and Toy Story 3 generated $1.881 billion in total. Next to Lasseter, he's the director who embodies the studio's mixture of adventure and heart with the most clarity. Number 2, Brad Bird. One step before the top director on this list is Brad Bird. With only 2 films under his belt, he still managed to save the day with some of the most epic action scenes and stories that are simply incredible. Speaking of incredible, The Incredibles is often cited as one of the best superhero movies, while Ratatouille is a hidden gem worthy of more praise than it gets. Both totaled $1.9 to $1.8 billion in gross income. And let's not forget, Brad has been killing it in live-action films too, which shows why he is such a vital talent in any form. Number 1, Pete Docter. And finally, we have Pete Docter, the one who has a knack for weaving stories that captivate our hearts and minds. Sure, every Pixar movie is filled with emotion, and will either have you laughing with joy or crying with sadness. But the ones directed by Docter did it the most. With 3 films directed by him, Monsters, Inc., Up, and Inside Out, among the best-rated Pixar movies of all time, with a gross income of $2.295.821 billion. Both by viewers and in box office measure, Docter has solidified himself as a favorite. It's clear this director puts his heart and soul into his writing, injecting his life into every scene. And the result? Movies that leave us feeling all this and wanting more. Docter is the cinematic equivalent of a warm hug on a cold day, and who doesn't love that? Well, that's all for this video, guys. Which of these directors do you think is the most profitable? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to click on that subscribe. Smash that like button and hit the notification bell for more awesome content on your favorite animated films.